Hey, I'm Jonathan. Of course, Abby's here with me as well. So right now, it's possible that you've spent a few hours sitting, getting work done, maybe just sitting and relaxing, or trying to figure out what to do. It's really important though right now that we keep moving. Activity is going to keep our immune system active and healthy, and it's also going to keep your mood up. So in an effort to get you moving, even if it's just for 15 minutes, I prepared this short class. So all you'll need for today is really your mat. If you'd like to grab a couple blocks, you're welcome to have those blocks nearby. Come to a comfortable seated position, nice cross-legged or kneeling, and sit nice and tall. Now bringing some attention to your breath, filling the belly, the ribs, the chest. Start to notice that expansion and contraction of the torso as you breathe. Keeping that nice height through the spine, left hand to the right knee, right hand to the space behind you, sit tall and look over the right shoulder. Keeping the breath flowing in through the nose, out through the nose. Take one more breath, and then you can use an exhale, come back through center, right hand to the left knee, left hand to the floor behind you, and sit tall, look over the left shoulder. Still following the breath in through the nose, out through the nose, keeping that length in your spine. We got one more big breath, and then exhale to come back through center. Nice. Roll over the legs, bring the forearms down to the floor, interlace the fingers, step the feet back, find a forearm plank. And as you breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, push the floor away, feel the upper back round slightly. There's a slight tuck to the tailbone to feel the upper and lower abdominals work together. Shoulders stacked over the elbows. And I promise I'm not forgetting you. We're going to hold this for a little bit of time. Only another 30 seconds. And as you're holding this shape, that same breath that you found when you were in a comfortable seated position, find it here, so that it flows comfortably in through the nose and out through the nose. If the knees have to be down, you're always welcome to bring the knees down. If you can keep them lifted, keep them lifted. One more inhale. On the exhale, lay the thighs and pubic bone down to the floor. Release the hands so the palms push into the mat. Sphinx, and pull the heart forward. Shoulders draw back and down. The neck is long and free. Take one more inhale in Sphinx. And then on the exhale, carefully lower down towards the floor, sliding the fingertips off the edge of the mat, elbows facing the ceiling. Inhale, peel up chest and chin. Pause. In baby cobra, shoulders still drawn back and down, heart pulling forward, neck is long. Lower the right shoulder to the center of the mat. And then inhale, come back up through center. Left shoulder to the center of the mat. Inhale, come back up through center. Right. Inhale, come back up. Left. Inhale, come back up. Last time. Right. Inhale, come back up. Left. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, release all the way down to the floor. Slide the palms in so they're a little closer. Tuck the toes. Push the floor away. High plank. Inhale. Nice. In that high plank, really finding the palms under the shoulders and push the floor away so the upper back rounds slightly. You find that same work in the abdominal wall. I won't make you hold it quite as long, I promise. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, turn onto the outer edge of the right foot, inner edge of the left. Left arm reaches up, Vashisthasana, side plank. As you're holding this shape, yes, hello Abby, squeezing side body to lift the hips up away from the floor, shoulders really strong and engaged. Breath is comfortable in through the nose, out through the nose. Even when there's lots of effort, we're keeping the breath flowing really easily, nicely in through belly, ribs, collarbone. Take one more breath, and then use the exhale, release the left hand down to the floor. Turn onto the outer edge of the left foot, inner edge of the right. Right arm reaches up. Vashisthasana, side plank. Feeling the engagement in left side body. The shoulder is strong and drawing back. Grip the mat with fingertips. Reaching up through the right fingertips. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Still comfortable and easy. One more inhale. Exhale, release right hand down to the floor. Lower all the way down to your belly. Sweep the arms back behind you, palms face up, next to the thighs. Inhale, peel up chest, chin, arms and legs. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. And last time, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Slide the palms under the shoulders. Press yourself up to tabletop. Pause in your tabletop. In that tabletop shape, tuck the toes, hover the knees up an inch or two up off the floor. So we have a sensation here of the legs being strong, the torso is long, the arms are strong. Following the breath. And just like our the first couple shapes that we're working the core, not here for that long, I promise, but long enough that you might notice something happening. Picking up the right foot, take the right leg underneath the body, lifting the left hand up, right foot comes to the floor, hand to the heart. Shoulders drawing back and down, it's nice and strong. And then picking up that right foot again, take the right leg under the body, we'll come back to that hovering knee tabletop. Still strong, stay with me. Pick up the left foot, left leg goes under the body, spinning to the sole of the right foot, left foot to the floor, right hand to the heart. Don't dump into the shoulder, lift up and out of that shoulder. Pick up the left foot, bring that leg back under the body, back into the hovering knee tabletop, knees down. Bring the knees together, toes are tucked, sit towards your heels, interlace the fingers, and roll out the wrist. So as you're rolling out the wrist, if you feel like the soles of the feet, this is just way too much, you're always welcome to either come up into a higher kneeling shape, or you can use a block, one on each side maybe, pushing down so it feels a little bit less intense in the soles of the feet. Another breath or two. In through the nose, out through the nose. And when you feel like you're ready, blocks out of the way if you were using blocks or any other props, shift forward, plant the palms. Straighten one leg at a time, wiggling the toes. Now in your tabletop, exhale, tuck and round the spine. Inhale, lift and arch. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, lift and arch. And last time, exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, lift and arch. Come back to neutral. Step the right foot forward outside the right hand. Now with the right foot outside the right hand, pick up the left knee and wiggle the left foot further back. Keeping the knee lifted, inhale, reach the right arm up and open towards the ceiling. Pushing into the feet, make the left fingertips light. Pushing into the feet, float the fingertips up off the floor and come all the way up into a twisted runner's lunge. Still sinking pretty deep into that right leg, push through the left heel and reach back through the right fingertips. Sweep through center, arms reach up nice and high. And then you can use an exhale, find your shopping bags, make fists, bend both knees a bit more. The left knee starts to hover maybe just an inch or two above the floor. You can stay static and still or add a little bit of a pulse. So you feel the legs have to work pretty hard here. There's a slight bounce into the psoas system on the left side, feeling the elasticity of that muscle system. Try not to hold the breath, even with the effort here. You got one more inhale. On the exhale, hands come down inside the right foot. Lots of options. So option one is to stay lifted, palms on the floor or on fingertips, even hands on blocks. And pulling the heart forward as the hips press down towards the floor. You can also take forearms to blocks, forearms to the floor, palms in prayer. Right? Back knee can be lifted or take the back knee to the floor, lizard lunge. Do the option that seems to work for you. It's okay to skip things, add things in. If you're not used to using props, right? Even if you don't have blocks, you could use books, you can use a blanket, whatever you have. Bring a little bit of height up towards the forearms. Keep the right knee over the right ankle. Don't let it go past it. Go one more big breath, whichever variation of lizard lunge you're in. And on the exhale, come back up onto your hands. Lower the left knee down to the floor, untuck the toes. Flexing the right ankle, turn the toes out in line with the knee. Allow that knee to come out to the side and reach back with the right hand. Engaging the left hamstring, pull the heel towards your bum, catch the foot. Pull the heel a little closer, feeling that nice stretch into the quadricep and hip flexor on the left side. One more inhale. Exhale to come through center. Shift the hips back and forth a couple times, noticing the space you're starting to create. And then come up, hands to the hips. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, place the left elbow outside the right thigh. Palms can come into prayer and twist. Reach your heart towards the thumbs here. As the right shoulder blade leans back, look up towards the ceiling. One more inhale. Exhale to release. Hands come down to the floor. Start to take the right foot to the left edge of your mat. And keeping the ankle flexed, lower the right knee down towards the right edge. Starting with the shin at a bit of an angle will be accessible for most people, but not everyone. Right? If you have to pull it in a bit more with the toes untucked, go for it. If you have the shin parallel because you're very, very flexible, that's fine too. Bring more attention to the left leg again. And just like when we entered the lunge, the lizard lunge, and accessing our pigeon pose by wiggling that left foot, left knee a bit further back, until the right hip comes down. And if you feel stuck, it's starting to feel like sensation in the right knee. Instead of taking the hip to the floor, take a block right underneath the hip, maybe 2 blocks. If all you have are blankets and pillows, whatever cushion you have that can fit comfortably underneath the right sit bone. If you come down into your full pigeon, and you're thinking about the left hip pressing forwards, the right hip comes back slightly, coming up nice and tall through the spine to start. This way, when we keep the spine a bit taller to begin, we get that stretch into both hips. The left hip flexor is as much a part of this as the back of the right hip is. All options work well, they're just a little bit different. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, begin to come down into your pigeon. Sleeping your swan, or pronating your pigeon. Getting nice and low. Settle for a breath or two. Notice where you're holding tension. And can you let that tension go? Last breath. Use the exhale to come slowly back up onto your hands. Push the floor away. Pick up the back knee. Slide the right leg up the right arm and step the right foot back. And give the legs a little shake in your plank. And then carefully lower down to your belly. Press into the tops of the feet. Inhale, peel up chest and chin. Baby cobra towards full cobra. Exhale, lower back down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift up, baby or full cobra. Exhale, lower back down. And last time, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Press yourself up to tabletop. And you can pause in your tabletop. 3 cycles, cat and cow. Rounding the spine. Arching the spine. Rounding. Arching. Last one, exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Come back to neutral. Step the left foot so it's outside the left hand. Nice. Now in this shape, you pause for a moment. Nice. You can wiggle the knee back a little bit further. Before you tuck the back toes, pick up the right knee and reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. It all starts with that back leg, right? Extending a bit further back so you have lots of space. This knee doesn't go way past the ankle. As you're finding this space here, pushing into the feet, come to the right fingertips. Push into the feet, start to float the right fingertips up off the floor into a high runner's lunge, reaching back through the fingertips. Nice and low in the legs, pushing through that right heel. Try not to hold the breath. Inhale, sweep through center, arms reach up. Exhale to find your shopping bags. Bend the back knee so that knee hovers just a couple inches above the floor. And if you'd like to, you can pulse here, feeling that slight bounce into the right iliopsoas system. There's a bounce, bounce, bounce going on. Shouldn't feel like pain, right, or too much discomfort, but there will be a bit of stretch and effort. One more inhale. Nice. On the exhale, release the hands down inside the left foot. So back knee can come all the way down to the floor. Untuck the toes, flexing the left ankle. Turn the toes out in line with the knee. As the thigh comes out to the side, reach back with the left hand, engage the right hamstring, pull the heel toward your bum. Once you have the foot, if you can get it, pull the heel a bit closer to access more stretch into the quad and hip on the right side. Kick the foot into the hand for more chest and shoulder. And then back and forth depending on what you need. Got one more inhale, fill up. On the exhale, release both hands down inside the left foot. So to enter either prep or full expression of lizard lunge, start by picking up the back knee and wiggling that leg a little further back. Lots of extension through that back hip, getting rid of some of the tension we're getting from sitting all the time. Either the hips are pushing towards the floor and heart's pulling forward, or you can take forearms to blocks, forearms to the floor. Full lizard lunge. Keep hugging that knee in towards the shoulder. Try not to let the knee go past the ankle. Couple breaths. On an exhale, come up onto your hands. Lower the right knee down, shift the hips forward and back a couple times, getting blood and lymphatic fluid back into the legs. And then wiggling that left foot all the way over to the right edge of the mats. Keeping the ankle flexed if it helps you, lower the left knee all the way down to the left side of the mat. The shin ends up at a bit of an angle here. Picking up the back knee, wiggle it further back, taking the left hip down, down, down towards the floor. If you feel like you get stuck and it starts to become something in the knee especially, we're using props underneath the sit bone on the left side to provide a bit of support. If you don't need the prop, get rid of the prop. If you're all the way down, toes can be untucked. You're breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Sitting up nice and tall. There's lots of length into the right hip flexor, space across the back of that left hip. One more breath. Carefully bring yourself down into a prone version. Sleeping swan. Coming all the way down. Still following the breath comfortably in through the nose and out through the nose. You can take one more inhale. On the exhale, come all the way up. Nice. Push into the palms, pick up the back knee, slide the left leg up, step it back, give it a little shake in your plank, and then lower all the way down to your belly. Bend the knees, pull the heels towards your bum, reach back, catch the feet. Kick the feet into the hands, and inhale, peel up the chest and the chin. You can pause there or keep kicking the feet into the hands and lift up a bit higher into bow pose. One more inhale, whatever you're doing. Exhale, carefully release. Palms can come under the shoulders, tuck the toes. High plank, inhale. Nice, one downward facing dog on the exhale, pedaling out the heels. Start to tiptoe the feet to the top of the mat. And when you get to the top of the mat, give yourself a little shake. Shake the legs, not the head, yes, shake it, no. Step the right foot all the way back. Lower the right knee down to the floor, and then come up hands to the hips. One last thing to add in. Reach the right arm up, inhale. Exhale, right elbow outside that left thigh. You thought I forgot, didn't you? Palms into prayer. Heart reaches for the thumbs. Lean back into your twist. Noticing the space in that outer hip. Maybe we've created a little more space with our time on the mat today. Take one more inhale, and as you exhale, carefully release. You can take that left foot back, cross the ankles to sit in your bum, or find a kneeling shape, it's up to you. And you're back in your comfortable seated position. In that comfortable seat, stacking the spine up nice and tall. Follow your breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. Expanding the torso and contracting. And just notice your heart rate, your mood, just from 15 to 20 minutes of practice. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.